Oops. How's everyone doing? It's late. It's a late scope. Elamino P kids. Hey, how are you doing? Okay, I'm gonna flip it. I'm gonna flip it. Hi. Hey, hey. Hi, everyone. Okay, so not the most exciting topic today, but it's real life. I did a really good scope earlier. If you guys missed it, I already forget what it was about, but it was something really good. Hey Whitney, how are you? Hi. Okay, so I am currently hiring right now to replace our client concierge. She got a full-time job, full-time gig, so we are looking to replace her. I'm also super sick. I'm doing good, except except that I brought a cold home with me from Georgia, which isn't fun. But I'm doing a little bit better. Yesterday I was totally knocked out like most of the day, but today I'm doing a little bit better. Thanks for the hearts. I know I'm on the mend. Hopefully I'll feel better. I'm heading to Nashville on Saturday, so I have until Saturday to get better. That's it. But I wanted to talk quickly with you guys tonight. I'm working late tonight because I didn't work yesterday, so I'm trying to catch up a little bit. Hubby's holding down the fort. And one big project that I'm working on right now, like I said, is hiring a new... I know you love Nashville. You're there all the time. You're like a Nashvillian by proxy. So... anyways, yeah, I've been there a bunch of times this year too, but not as many times as you have. You're awesome. You and the Nashville. You guys are. I mean, yeah, you guys need to move to Nashville. I'm sure you guys have already talked about that a ton of times, but thanks for the hearts, everybody. So I have 4 steps that I'm going through currently to find our new client concierge. And the first one is to post. Well, first, I guess this is like the number 1 tip, right? Obviously you need to figure out what the position is, how much it pays, how much you can afford, get together a list of the responsibilities and everything that you need them to do. So you have to have that ahead of time, right? So I'm kind of assuming that you already have that. But just a little precursor, remember you need that. Because you don't start, asking for people to apply to a position when you don't have information about it. So number 1, obviously make sure you know the scope, what the responsibilities are, and how much you're going to pay per hour. And so I already had that because I already have the position, so I already had it from the last time that I hired, which was a year ago. So once you have that all together, your number 1 tip is that you want to post it on social media. So the reason I like to try here first versus like going to, like, I don't know, I don't even know what the online ones are now because I always do it this way, but I know there's like online, there used to be monster.com, I don't know if that's still around, or I used to use Creative Hot List back in the day. But I posted on my social media because I really want someone that knows my brand, knows my company, and that's really involved already, that already is a big fan. And they don't and not necessarily they have to be a fan, but people will tag other people too that are like-minded people, because it's a lot easier to find people in your circle than it is to look outside your circle and try to kind of qualify people to make sure they're a good fit. People that are already following you are usually already a great fit for you, right? They're already working, that are already familiar with your company, so that is usually where I always start, and I usually don't have to go any further than that because I have enough people apply just from that. So I post it on social media, and then I post it on my Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Periscope. I did a scope on Monday about this position. And then you can also post it on other social media channels. Oh, thanks. I am feeling a little bit better. I'm even better than this morning, actually, but still on my way there. But thanks for asking, or thanks for caring. And then the little side note to that one is that I posted a lot of Facebook groups that I'm in as well, like businessy Facebook groups, but I got permission from the people that I posted. So all the Facebook group owners, I sent them a message and I said, hey, do I have permission to post this on your Facebook group? And they all, yeah, I think everybody said yes, because it's not like, I'm trying to help people, I'm trying to hire people, I'm not trying to sell my services. So most of them were cool with it. Some of them it didn't really fit, so I didn't even bother posting, right? Like I'm like in a web designer one where I'm not going to post that because it didn't make any sense. But the other ones that did make sense, I asked permission before I posted. So that's all I've done so far, and I've gotten gosh, like over, I want to say around 40 responses just from one day's worth of post. So that's a pretty good turnout, right? Okay, so that's number one. Post on social media, post the job opening on social media. You don't have to say everything that's, all the specifics, just kind of a little teaser, and then have them go. I sent them to my website to apply, and then on the website there's a little bit more information, and then once they email me, then there's even more information. So that leads me into step number two, and that is telling them about the position and the requirements. So the next email, after they email me and say, hey, I'm interested, here's my resume, here's whatever, like my salary requirements, then step number two is really telling them about the position. Now, okay, so step number one is kind of getting them interested. Thanks for the hearts, guys. Step number one is getting them interested in what we have. Like, okay, hey, here's the position, here's the deal, here's a lowdown. And then step number two is really making sure that it fits for them. So this has to work both ways. I don't want to just hire somebody and fire somebody, right? Like we're looking for someone that's somewhat long term, right? We have to be on the same page with this. So the next step is I send them out an email telling them about the position requirements. And this could be the good, bad, and the ugly, like everything. Like, here's what we expect of you. Here's all the things that you'll be responsible for on a day-to-day basis. Here's how many hours we're expecting. Here's what, we've budgeted for the hourly rate. All these things, like anything that they would be, we would expect of them. And then I wait for them to say, yes, we're on. Yes, this sounds great. Yes, I want to do it. And at the very end of the email, I said, please only respond back if you truly love this, and if you're truly, like, your heart is in this and this is the position for you, because it won't hurt my feelings if it's not. Like, that's the thing. Like, I don't want people just, it's like sometimes it can feel like dating. Like, you just want someone to say yes to you, and I truly don't want them to say yes unless it's really, really going to work for them. And so I said at the very bottom of the email, I said, if you're not in love with this, that's totally okay. If it's a no, life is too short to do something you don't love to do. So I couldn't agree more with that. And I don't want to undervalue anybody. So if the price range is off or whatever, if you charge more per hour, I don't want to undervalue you, whatever. So like this has to work for both of us, right? Oh, good. So you should have got an email back to me, from me, because I just sent a bunch of emails out. So you should have got the second email that I just sent out. And so that's my number two. So tip number one was post on social media, and if you want to post on Facebook groups, get the permission of the Facebook group owner before you do that. Number two, next I tell them about the position. So the people who've applied, I tell them about the position and the requirements, and be totally upfront, totally transparent, everything they would need to know to say yes or no. Oh, cool. Perfect. Yay. And then number three, so after they respond back to this, and I haven't gotten really to this point yet because I just sent out that last email, but a few people have already emailed me back. But the next email number three is the testing phase. And so this is something that you might not have to do with your business, depending on what you're hiring for. But I definitely have to do this for my business because, number one, I have to cut down the applicants somehow. I can't just like talk to 40 people and just go on my gut, right? I have to get to know people a little bit better. And so the number three step is to test them. And so the way I do that, I just want to make sure we're a good fit, right? I'm just totally making sure that they're a good fit for our company, that we're a good fit for them, like all those good things. Because people can really say yes to stuff, and then when they start to dig in, they're like, oh wait, I don't really like this. So the next email I send out is an email requesting them to respond to some test prompts. So basically this position is a client concierge, so they're going to be answering a lot of emails from people. And so I want to hear the voice, and that's really their job, is to answer emails. So I need to hear how they speak to people, like how they respond to things, if they have our brand voice, really, because we're very like fun, energetic, and like just lighthearted and emotional. So I don't want someone that's like super stuffy, you know what I mean? So you just kind of feel, you get that when people start to understand you, and when they get what your business is about. And so that's what this next step is. And this step, the last time we hired, is the one that really like kind of separated the pack, right? Because it really showed us like, okay, they get it. Like they understand where our business is at, where the way that we speak to our clients, just stuff like that. And so that is really what separated, it's almost like, what is it, like filtering out that the last time we did this got us to like, I think the top 4 or 5. So it like totally, this step like really, really narrowed it down for us and made it really, really easy for us to pick. So that was a really big deal in our hiring phase, was that last part, was the testing phase. And if you're looking for a graphic designer or web designer, any of those kind of things, or a writer, or any of those things, like if you can give them some little test prompts or see some of the work they've done or something like that, then that will really help separate the pack for you, because that's what really helped go from like 30 something to like 4, was this last step. And then the very last step, and this is what we took to get from like 4 or 5 down to 1, and this was really hard to do. I'm not lying. I'm not going to lie to you. It's really hard to do. But the last step was to Skype interview them. So this is a remote position, which is also why we had a lot of people applying, because it's a part-time position. It's very super flexible, and it's remote. So I did a Skype interview between, I did a Skype interview between 3 people, now that I think about it. I talked to the rest of my team, and we narrowed it down some more, and then I did a Skype interview with 3 more people, and I talked to them, and I just like laid it out on the line, looked, and I really gauged their enthusiasm about who was really going to want to stay on, who was really excited about it, who was excited about our company, who loved our company, who was invested, all those good things. And so one person finally from that, kind of separated from the pack, and that was the person we hired. So that is so I haven't gotten to those next 2 steps yet, but those are going to be my next 2 steps, is testing, and then after that we'll do the Skype interview. So hopefully that was helpful. That's kind of how we do it, or how we've done in the past, and it's been really great. We've gotten amazing people, and so I'm so incredibly blessed and grateful for this process that we kind of developed over time, because it's really helped us get to really great employees. So hope that was helpful. Do you guys have any questions about that? I know you might not even be at this place in your business yet, but it's good to hear it, because for people who have been in it and been in the situation and who are dealing with that. So let me know if you guys have any questions on this, email me. Oh, and if you guys want to apply, it's still not too late to apply. I just sent literally 2 days ago. If you guys want to apply for it, it's bit.ly/loveinspiredhire. And then if you guys missed my scope earlier today, I had a freebie. I'll send you guys this too. It's loveinspired.tv to get a Periscope freebie. It's about passive profits and kind of developing your passive profits for your business. All right, guys, love you so much. And I will see you tomorrow, hopefully feeling much better. I have a feeling I might be like on the end of it and turning a leaf, so I think I'll be feeling better tomorrow. Alright guys, thank you so much for coming. If you guys missed any of this, make sure you watch the replay. Thanks for all the hearts. Thanks for hearts, Whitney. Love you. And I will see you guys tomorrow.